Hi everybody, Edge of Eternity, Bill Cameron here, and tonight we're going to start a special brand new spanking series called Rosie the Riveter Hot Rod Edition, and tonight is part one. Rosie the Riveter, come on in. Now Rosie the Riveter has been around hot rods, how long?
Many years.
Probably more than I've been alive.
Oh yeah.
And I'm only 65, but.
Probably 70.
70 years,
yeah.
Huh? Yep, okay. Mom and Dad had all kinds of hot rods before I was born, and even more after.
Mm-hmm.
And
your dad had a doodle bug.
A doodle bug?
Yeah.
What's that?
That's it's just the body, just the frame. And
Oh yeah, that's kind of what we're building here.
Yeah,
with this tea bucket. Yeah, I have pictures of that. Matter of fact, I will try to remember to put the pictures of that car. And he was only about 15 or 16 when he built that car.
He didn't like his schoolwork, so he was out.
Yeah, he didn't like school, so he built the car. I applaud that. So tonight, Rosie is my mom, and we are going to finish this patch panel for the tea bucket cowl. So I've already recorded the 3D shape pattern. I've had it on the cowl. You'll see that as part of this video earlier, I think so. And now we're going to put the panel in it. We've got it kind of cut out. I'll show you that. And then we're going to use the shrinker right here to form the part into the proper shape, okay? So hang on, I'll show you. Okay, so here on the body, on the cowl, you can see where I have cut this out. I've trimmed this out. It comes down into here somewhere, okay? So I've cleaned up the material here, got it pretty decent, and I took a new piece of sheet metal, and earlier you saw it in the video, and put a 90-degree bend in it. Now the problem is this flange that comes down here is not straight, but this is. So what we're going to do tonight is use the shrinker, and then we're going to bring the part over here, and we're going to line it up with the left-hand side, and we are going to use the shrinker to put the proper curvature in this flange. Hang tight, we're going to move the camera around. Be right back. Okay, so this patch panel is not the right shape, but we're going to fix that. Bring the camera right around here so we can see this profile. So you can see this profile, how it's got a curvature to it. Okay, it's not just a straight line like this patch panel. So I am going to come in here like this, and you can see that the panel is straight for maybe the first 8 inches, and then this curvature comes into play. So I'm going to bring this up to the flange at the top, and I've got just a little bit at the bottom. We're in good shape there. So I need to mark where I want to start shrinking, okay? So we're gonna start here, roughly, and we're not gonna do real strong, hard shrinking on this because we want to just kind of ease our way into it. So I will be hitting it, in these places right here where I'm making these marker spots, okay? Okay, now the way a stretcher works, and many of you are already familiar with this, but the jaws where you put the sheet metal, okay, this flange for instance, will compress the metal. It'll basically squeeze it together, and that will create the bend that we're looking for. So we're gonna be, let's see here, like this. You know what? Actually, we want to stretch. Thought I looked at that again. It's so easy to get it backwards. This is one of those measure twice, cut once situations. I was looking at it like shrinking, but actually it needs to be stretched. Okay, so we'll come in here and make sure that rod is all the way up this way. There you go. And a little more. Well, that's it. Okay, let me see if I can get this material in here. It's 20 gauge, so it is supposed to fit. Yeah, there we Okay, now just come down and just give it a little bit of pull. A little
Like that?
more, a little more, a little more. Okay. Now, we're going to hit these first two again. Now, let's just take a quick look over here in the car. Well, we've already got about half of it out. That's pretty good. I think what I'm going to do that'll make it easier is I think I'm going to take and rough cut this flange shorter. Then it'll make it easier to shrink or to stretch.
Something.
I really like snipping, but I like this better.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it definitely is a time saver, and it's the way it's designed. It almost by nature goes very straight. You know, it's a pretty straight line. So throw this away, but that's the twirly thing that comes off when you run a shear like that across the metal. Okay, I need a hammer.
Call Arco.
Where is he? I got his shirt on. Okay, I'm just going to use the side of the bench here and bring that down a little bit. Okay, so we're roughly have half the bend in it. We'll make another pass and then I'll show you where we're at. Okay, we are a little bit farther than we need to be, so I'm going to go right here. Let's do the shrinker.
Right.
What's that?
We gotta go stretcher now?
We're going to go shrinker now. This is the
Oh, yeah,
stretcher.
oh, okay.
Yep.
Yes, and that, yeah.
Hey, can you hold that? Well, I can get it like that. We're not going to worry about. I think you can do it without that set screen there. Okay, so we're going to hit it with the stretcher just a little bit. It's actually looking pretty good, but I need to tweak it just a little bit more. Okay, this is good. So the curvature match is good. Now sometimes when you run it through the shrinker and stretcher, it'll put a little bow in this adjacent surface because we're pushing metal in there, you know, and then trying to pull it back out. And so I want to get this down a little bit. I think I'm going to use a slapper on that.
What's a slapper?
I'll show you. But I promise I won't slap you.
Okay.
Alright. So we'll have to kind of keep it, you know, on this end we'll have to slap it a little bit. I've actually got a little bit of a dingleberry there. Like this is a slapper I'm going to use. See, it's got quite a bit of arc to it. I'm only going to use this end here. I have another one that's got a very subtle arc like this that goes all the way to the handle. but I'm not gonna waste time looking for it. Okay, so now what we want to do is I'm going to hold this like this. First thing I'm going to do is tighten up the bottom flange. The less I hit out here, the less damage I'll do to the Class 1 surface. So let's see if we can see how we kind of strike it almost with like a glance. What I'm trying to do is get a very tight break so the radius doesn't look large. I want it to look just like this one on this side of the car. So when you're doing this, you can see, maybe I can bring it over to the camera. You can see it. The radius, and I still have to bend that down some, but the radius here is tighter because I'm kind of backing the metal up down here against the edge of the table. We want that to be a nice, crisp, good looking line. Sure it's still flat. That looks good. All right. I hesitate to do it, but I'm going to. I'm going to go get a wood corking tool. Mom, could you hold this down like here? And then I'm just going to come along the surface here and kind of just tap it a little bit and try to close that surface down, but I don't want to put any like deformation on top of the panel. I'm going to come back towards you. Okay, now let's switch sides. You can go over here and hold it down like that. Okay. Ready? I'm going to tell you I'm sorry ahead of time, okay?
Where's your slap? Punch it.
Yeah, but that slapper didn't do the job right. Okay, that looks a lot better. Now let's see how much of our shape we lost. Nothing. Okay, bring her on down. Okay. Okay, yep. Okay, that was a good one. Okay, now let me slide it towards you. That's good. And now we'll hold it down over here. Now let's see what we've got here. Got a little bit of a thing going on right at the main transition. It fits good. We'll get a. I'll bring the camera over here. It fits good, but at the same time, we've got a lot of work to do over there to get all the shape in it and match it up over there. And I've got to cut this panel off and shorten it up. Let me go get the camera. Okay, everybody, you can kind of see we've got the contour almost flush everywhere. It's really good on the bottom 2/3. Right here, I'm going to have to shrink it out a little bit more, but I will be doing some more forming and shaping to it. This up here, it'll get cut off roughly a little more than an inch, inch and a quarter probably, off of the end of this panel, so it's got the right height to it. And then we will see what other corrections we need to make, and we can do them all at the same time. Okay, looks good. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
That was fun.